Our exhibit is called Payne-ful Business, after my fourth great-grandfather that I discovered who lived here in Charleston, William Payne. All my life I believed I was from a working class family here, and just in 2018 I found out that I had 3 more generations of Charlestonians here, all of whom were in the slave trade business. When I discovered this, I also discovered in a DNA test that I had cousins of African descent, and they asked me to explore my history. And so when I did, I found out that William Payne was here from 1786 to 1834 when he passed, that he was a giant in the domestic slave trade business, and that over his 30-some-year career, he and 2 of his sons sold upwards of 10,000 enslaved human beings. And I've really translated that into a deeper empathy for today's Black experience in Charleston, and to understand what it's like to have come from generations of this sort of oppression. So in this exhibit, it's important to notice that each painting is accompanied by its associated ad, and this is an actual newspaper ad from the early 1800s describing the people that you see in the painting, as well as a narration about the ad itself. This is my favorite painting because I think it really shows the depth of what happened to the enslaved over generations. In this painting we see actually a grandmother, her children, and her grandchild all being offered for sale. The son is a carpenter, the daughter is a seamstress. They've got their dog there in the picture, and it exemplifies the importance of family. And so one of the things that I found when I looked at the corresponding ad was that Payne cared about keeping families together, and that's why he was selling them together. And historians told me, no, that's not true, that families were more valuable as they were less likely to run away.
Yes, I first looked at the ads, and then I read the ads and saw what the content was. And they had, some of them had ages on there and described the children and women or slave field hands. And once I did that, then I started layering the paintings with acrylic on canvas. And it was quite an interesting collaboration, and we collaborated quite well together, I think, and we came up with these paintings because of that. I hope that it would make people aware of what actually happened back in the 1800s and 1700s, and the horrific institution of slavery, and how these ads will show the people that were talked about in these ads. And what I try to do is try to give them a face, or try to humanize the ads and give them a voice that asks us not to reflect on them as the objects in these old ads, but rather that we join with them to confront a system past in one sense and painfully persistent in another.
What's unique about being in Charleston is that we are in the place where this happened. The very ground that we stand on today was once a wharf where transatlantic slave trading took place, and William Payne's vendue office, where he did public auctions, is just a few hundred feet away. Within 1 or 2 blocks, we also have Payne's private office and his residence at 34 Broad Street, and we also have the Old Slave Mart Museum on Chalmers Street, all connected to the slave trade, all within just minutes of walking from this exhibition. And this is history that has not been shared until recently in Charleston's community. Your paintings are enabling this story to be much more widely accessible and interesting to people, so they will learn the history that has been hidden from them in the past. And you have taken what was just black and white and words on a page, and you've transformed them into the people who were living and breathing and building my hometown. I'm so grateful to join you in a shared mission of peace and love and understanding among the races.
Thank you very much, Margaret, and it's been wonderful working with you. You've been a pleasure to work with, and I'm glad that we met and did some collaboration on this project. It's been fun.